What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the podcast Sitting Tall with my partner, Tony Chamberlain, and me, Casey Ellen. And today, we always talk about this one particular program that basically brought me and Tony together. Changes lives of a lot of people all over the place. Look at that boy. Not only he needs to get a little tan, but we'll worry about the tattoo. The tattoo's great. Mine's on my leg. Can't really lift it up, so we'll just.
You know it's wintertime,
it's
right?
there. Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
But this is her name is Carrie Callahan. Did I say Callahan? Is it Callahan, right?
Yeah.
I never said your last name out loud. So
I always feel worried about saying people's last names.
You got it. Nailed it.
So founder, creator, co-creator. We can't take it. We got to give the other girl some credit too.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the three life changers, and it's an honor and pleasure to have you on the show.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. A little
Nice.
nervous, but mostly excited.
Yeah,
no need to be
nervous. Well, it's good. Nervous energy is good. It means you care. It means you care.
Exactly, right?
So I was thinking on the ride my ride over here, I was thinking to myself, I wanted to ask, how did you guys come up with Empower or Shake a Leg, what it started as? Just because did you have somebody in the spinal cord world that you knew, or because it's amazing that three able-bodied people wanted to help and change the lives of people who they might not necessarily have the similarities or going through the same thing. So what do you got?
Yeah, I think so. Jess and Liz they're the other two co-founders for those that don't know, but they both were students at Shake a Leg, or they were part of Shake a Leg early in their career. So in Shake a Leg was a program, it was like a summer intensive program for adults and teens with spinal cord injuries down in Rhode Island. And so it was kind of like part of their learning experience. For me, I had a professor when I was in school that was specialized in spinal cord, worked out at Craig Hospital, one of the big rehabs out in Colorado. And it was like our psychosocial class, and she was really passionate about it and would talk about the relationships that you can form with people and how as a therapist you can really impact somebody's lives. And I feel like meeting her and hearing what she had to say, I was like, oh, I think I could. I actually, it's funny that you ask this because I found the journal entry I had.
Okay.
I have a prop this is from January 2003. And it was from the class. We had to do a journal. And I in the journal entry, wow, this seems like a really cool area to get into. I think I would really like that. We'll see if I can get into it. And so I that kind of close by when I found that. I have it close by at my desk to kind of remind me of the journey.
That's how did you have it planned, prop, or was that?
I didn't. No.
It so happened to be there. Sure, it did. Yeah, happened to be in the background there.
Let me open my vault.
She's like, let me put things up around me so I'm ready for this question or whatever's coming along with it. You know what I mean?
What else is coming up next? I got a mug.
Yes. I have a question since we're talking about that. So the program was called Shake a Leg. Do you know why it was called that? Because I'm always curious when I hear that, Shake a Leg. I'm like, spasms involved or what?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both, but I think I might get this wrong. But I think Shake a Leg is a term used in sailing, maybe. Let's come
Never
on.
Been on a boat.
Never been on a boat. Okay. So Casey verify this for me. But I think it's we got to get going. Come on, shake a leg is the phrase. But I think that there is some amount of reference to the spasm of the leg that often
I like my answer better, just spasms of the leg. So hey, shake a leg. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. I feel like if you're trying to tell me to shake a leg to hurry up, I might take it offensive. That's fucking racist.
Well, exactly.
That's a little racist. I'm just saying.
Take it how you like it, I guess.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I was always wondering about that when we talk about both, because Shake a Leg turned into Empower, right? I'm assuming. So was I'm sure to answer the question, but from what I've heard, Shake a Leg kind of morphed into Empower, or it kind of built off of it. Could you explain a little bit about that?
They stole it. It's cool.
Is that what it is? They stole the people? Is that what it is?
No thievery. No, so Shake a Leg, it was programmed down in Rhode Island. The last summer, I went and I worked at Spalding Rehab in Boston. I quit my job there so I could work at Shake Leg for that summer. And that was the last year that it happened. Not because I was there, but that just happened to be the last year. And they closed down their residential portion of their programming. I'm not sure exactly the reasoning. I think focus was they wanted to go to more sailing, more just adaptive sailing. And that was the focus of the organization. And so when they closed down, there was this like core of the people that were part of Shake. So myself, Jess, and Liz are three of them, and then Maddie B and Gabby, and a handful of others that really love what the organization did, what the residential program specifically could do. And we were like, okay, what do we need to do to start our own? So it was like, so we incorporated our own, nonprofit, and that was several years. So 2008 was the last year of Shake a Leg. Our first year as Empower was 2012. So it took a year and a half to think about it and be like, are we serious about this? Can we do this?
Are we doing it?
And we did it. Yeah.
Who was the first initiator of like saying, all right, we got to get this going because we need the world needs this kind of stuff?
Well, I feel like there were a lot of people that said that, and it was just trying to figure out like who was going to like put in the work, because it was a lot of work
behind the scenes
to sort out. And so I feel like we came together. It wasn't like one of us, but we were like, okay, let's try to do this. Like, you in? I'm in. Okay.
The three amigas. That's basically
three amigas. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Tres leches. It's a good dessert.
Tres leches. Oh.
You know what I'm saying? A little spicy.
Yeah, spicy. I like it.
A little sauce on there. Because that literally, I always so confused, not confused, but like I always like found it amazing that it was just like, just three able-bodied women wanted to do this, take on this huge venture, and like look at what it's turned into now. And I wish that, like, it's obviously just keeps getting bigger and bigger as the years go on, but it's like I feel like the world needs to know, or like people need to see more about Empower, because I feel like more Empower programs would spot up throughout the country, because there's hundreds of thousands of people like in wheelchairs, and they don't have access to the programming or even just the community that comes from Empower. Like look how I've known you for what now, almost a decade now, which is disgusting to say, because it makes like it's like shit. It's like fuck. I'm going. Oh, I actually forget that I'm going to be in a wheelchair for 12 years. You forget those things, and it's like when it's like, oh, I went to Empower in 2015. I was like, no, I didn't. But I feel like the country, the world, people need to, we got to get more.
Do you know if there's any other
like
kind of like sister or brother companies that like in the West Coast or something like similar to like what we do, or what you do? Sorry, not what we do.
Oh no, it's a we.
Part of it. Yeah.
Oh, it's we now. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think we're the program that's like a freestanding organization that isn't tied to any other like hospital setting. So, and I think the interest is there from people. Like we've wanted to start something up in Texas and in Las Vegas and in North Carolina and Tennessee, and there's interest, and we're hoping that we're open to a model that we can bring to different locations and things like that, because it can be travel. I mean, travel can be a hard thing to be able to, if you live in Florida, to get up to Rhode Island. Our two programs are in Rhode Island and Montana, and so it can be hard to travel and kind of those geographical and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, we'd love to be able to do more and or create a way and a way for other people to get involved and be able to bring something like our program to where they are or where they live, communities.
That's beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Take a bow.
We have a beautiful audience behind us that cheer us on.
Just in case you guys didn't know, Sitting Tall is filmed in front of our live podcast episode.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that, but we.
Thank you.
Hey, sit down. We're done. Okay.
Let's go to a clip.
Back. Okay. So that was nice and quick there.
Yeah, nice little.
As soon as we get sponsors, that's when we're gonna put that in and be like, all right, and now it's like a little pause. Yeah, exactly.
We got sponsors sitting. We're Seven Brothers Apparel. They're taking
brothers. Yes, they have. They're great.
All right.
Yeah. trying to know. I mean, we just
You know,
like you, we like to, we feel like this is a good topic that needs to be put out there also for people that, can't get in touch with you for some reason. They maybe could look at YouTube and be like, oh, these two guys are in wheelchairs. They know what they're kind of talking about, kind of know somewhat. So that's why we try to push the envelope and, keep going with this. You know what I mean?
yeah, you guys have some good experience.
I would,
I
Yeah.
mean, we got almost 20 years experience chairs together combined, so
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of know what we're
That's
talking about sometimes.
kind of gross to say out loud, but fucking hey, man.
Oh my God.
done
But
under wraps.
but we talk about this all too though, but when you're in your chair, you kind of after a while, you just kind of forget like how life was, I guess you can say, because you already lived this lifestyle so long that you just obviously the way things are now and move forward. And just like we
Just
always
roll.
say, yeah, just roll with it, you know what I mean? And like you don't I feel like when you're fresh in your injury, which is a lot of people, I feel like I've met people through Empower that are kind of like freshly injured that come just like because they don't know what how to navigate this new lifestyle. But you also have a lot of veterans, which I'd like you to talk about kind of a little bit, because the veterans is what kind of like really pushes us forward to being more independent and things like that. And I'm really happy that you have kind of, it's not just able-bodied people, it's also people that have similar injuries.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be like the about being three able-bodied people that started up the organization is that like we've never I've never wanted to approach anyone as if like I know everything about spinal cord injuries, but because I don't have one, so I don't, like
Mhm.
it's not possible. And so a way to set up I had a mentor that skills actually that said to me early on when we were first thinking about Empower, she's a wheelchair user, was like, you know, don't be worried about it. You guys can do it. Just create the space, bring the people together, and it's going to be great. Like all you need. And I think that was a big piece of like finding the people and finding people that can come and be the mentors and like that have the lived experience. And also just like as you both know, like you've came for a couple of years, and so the what you gain in the year your first experience with Empower and your next experience with Empower can be huge. It's like 365 days in between at least.
Yeah.
So being able to bring all those lived experiences and everybody together is just part of
Yeah. And it's also because it's not, you guys are like three able-bodied people, but you empathize and you want to learn, you want to help, and that's because everybody, like, as you know, people we're just people. We just see a little differently. Like
Mhm.
it's not like we're all searching for this connections and growth, and so it's like you guys get like-minded people around because that's the only like the people who want to work at Empower, help out Empower, are all the same. Like we all like value the same kind of things, and it's crazy how it's together. And
Mhm.
you guys put this there for people like us, and now it's just like, yeah, yep, speechless sometimes when it comes to that stuff because it's just gets me a little teary-eyed sometimes, but you know.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's like every summer program. That's what parts I love about each program is that every program is so different because all of the ingredients are different. All the people that come are different. The same kind of general feels of like I don't know, like of helping in community and working together and interdependence and all of that. But there's different kind of flavors and there's different conversations in relationships that you form each year that are totally different. There's
Yeah.
never an exact replication of the program. It's like, what's this year going to be like? I find it so exciting. Like when everybody's coming together and we have all the people that we know and everybody's so excited to see each other as we're like kind of setting up the program, and then participants come and we have some participants we know and some people that we don't know, and we're like, what's it going to be like? But
Yeah.
it's like you have that moment before the program starts, and I love to just take that in for a second and be like, okay, what's this going to be like? What's the
Yeah.
vibe going to be like for this program?
Yeah, I was going to also ask that because I know that every year it's just like you said, there's new people and there's new, it's a just a new experience. Like how do you feel every time that you run this program every year? Like what like keeps your juices, like what makes everything tick, I guess you could say, like on your end of this.
Yeah, I think I'm I tend to be one I love some adrenaline. So the challenge of like getting all the pieces to come together and like pulling things together and trying to create good experiences for each person that comes in as part of the program. But I think it's always like a different takeaway for me. I think being able to take the time at each program to remind myself to not get caught up in like those details and be like, okay, just sit and put a mohawk in your head and maybe some neck tattoos on and hang out
Yeah.
with Casey Ellen, or like, just just those
Oh,
weird little
whatever.
things that come up.
Whatever. It's fine.
Or
We like
whatever.
that. We like to have fun.
Like have fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, just those little things that come up, or like being able to have like sit down and have lunch or dinner with somebody, anybody, like another volunteer or one of the mentors or anybody, and just connecting that way, I think is probably the most impactful moments, despite all of the chaos that some of the recreational events and stuff can bring.
Mhm. I got to tell you too, I love that you bring in students to kind of like learn as they grow through the career, because that's a good thing to push forward in the world. Because it is a lot of times when we go to physical therapy or occupational therapy, we kind of feel like it's obviously it's your job to do to help us and everything like that, but it does feel like a job most of the time when I'm going there. Like I like the experience of going to Empower because I feel like the people that I'm working with are willing to learn, and they want to do the best they can to make you as independent as possible. That's why I really like your program. And I always talk about you all the time, just like Casey and I. Like I said, we do it a podcast constantly. So that's why we
Yeah, it's
wanted
a
to have
little.
you as a guest here,
It's
you
a
know?
little. It's a little bit too much sometimes. I think we
Yeah,
need
people
to.
probably hate us by
I
now.
think we
They're
need.
like,
To,
all right,
I think we need to tone it down just a little bit.
Well, I think that's another piece too, is like, don't forever we didn't do hardly any marketing because we didn't have, it's not like we had a marketing team or anything like that, but word of mouth for the people that come is usually the most powerful way of like just being able to relay what happened at the program, or like just the impact of the program, because some of that's really hard to kind of capture unless you get from people that have been through it.
Yeah, you guys actually do a little bit more marketing now, because I only found you guys because I on Google. I just Googled spinal cord injury therapy on Long Island, and then
Yeah.
this program came up, and I was like, "Oh man, this looks fun." I was like, "They put people on a kayak?" I was like, "No, like I can't do that." I'm like, "No
Not
fucking,
me.
no
No.
bikes." I'm like, in the ocean, you can go fuck yourself. And I was like, "No fucking way did they do this." And then it was just like it was. I thought it was like, I don't know if that was their website when I first looked at it, because it
Yeah.
just didn't, because I just, the thing's impossible when, I was only like a year and a half out. It's like, you don't think that these things are actually possible. And I think that has a lot with like where we go to therapy, like, with the rehab centers, they don't sometimes like to help you. They're more helping you kind of get situated to your life at home, and to like
Mm.
transition from
Yeah.
getting from the hospital to home, not really letting you know that there still is a future, and there still are things you could do and enjoy, and activities. And
Yeah,
so that's why,
recreation.
yeah, because that's, we all yearn. Who am I?
You're
Look
In
at
in.
the,
you.
in the 1920s, we go back, you know what, that deserves.
Here we go.
You know what? Hold on a second. Let me get a good one.
I wonder
Sound
what's
right
gonna
now.
be.
It's gonna be.
Audience?
We're all yearning for some love, but we all want like, to feel normal, and just to feel like, just because we're in a chair doesn't mean I didn't know we can still do those kind of things. And why your program kind of just opened me up to a whole nother world. And when it came to like therapy, like I'm like a school guy from my dad. Like, we hold our emotions and our feelings, we don't share them. And then
Mhm.
you got this cute little Gabby comes over here, and then she gets me spilling my guts if I talk to her, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is therapy. Like, I was like,
She's
okay.
like, why do you make me talk
I
about
was like,
this right now?
I even told her, I was like, I hate me talk, and she's like, I'm not making you do anything. I'm like, I know.
So good.
She's
Yeah,
so good.
she's a that's for
She is a Jedi master.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody who, goes to the program experiences the same thing, because, you don't expect to like open up to somebody you just met, or even just like, it's like, oh, I'm here for the recreation, here for therapy. But that's
Mhm.
a huge part, and that part, I think, like, me up to even being able to accept a lot more of the things that Empower. Like it made me feel
Mhm.
more comfortable, more at home, and like I kind of felt like it was like a home away from home because of that. And just everybody's so welcoming. You roll through the door, and it's just like I was like, oh man. When I got there, I was like so nervous the first time I pulled up, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, I don't know anybody. I'm like, this is like, I'm like, I feel like a little kid, like
First day of like college or something like that.
I
You're
feel like
like,
I'm a
oh,
freshman in high school. Like I'm like
yeah.
the bullies are gonna beat me up. They're gonna take my lunch money, and then you come in and it's just you roll in and everybody's just so. I was like, man, I'm not getting treated different. And I'm like
Mhm.
everybody's just talking to me. Like they're not like oh hey, how are you doing? Is everything shut?
Yes.
It's like it's a curse at me. Tell me
Mhm.
the fuck, what the fuck is up? Be like I'm a normal person. And it's like Power is just
Throw some
Yeah.
shade my way. I'll throw it
throw
right
some
back.
shade. Throw some
Yeah.
shade.
I think that's one part that I
I want
love about it.
ridiculed. I want to
Mhm.
be ridiculed. Make fun of me for being me.
That's what I'm used to.
Just say I'm a waste of space and just push me on. That's all you need to do. That's right.
I mean, maybe not push me. Don't necessarily
no.
push me, Tony.
All
Pushing,
right.
pushing.
Now
It's
we're
fun,
just
all right.
now we're just getting.
I'm just gonna leave.
Get a roll out of here.
Yeah, I think Gabby does so much to it, like to just because, like you said, there's not as much of a focus on recreation or sports or like relationships,
Just
even or like
community, yeah, community
yeah, just
relationships, just being a part, being like being just a person, like not worried about
yeah,
this is how you transfer into your bed home. This
Yeah.
is how you go
yeah,
to the bath. Okay, thank you. Well, obviously, we need all those things,
yeah.
100%. But we also need,
We
like
yearn.
we yearn,
We
yearning
we
for some
urine all over the.
Oh
yearn.
no,
No, sorry.
So,
Yes.
no.
I'm
My
sorry.
no, my
So we're going down that topic. My bad. Let me up
it's
here.
not
here too.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, okay.
it's not
That's another thing I love about your program. Like you could literally talk about fucking anything and like people are willing to talk. Like there's nothing that's held back when like a lot of times we're not going to talk to our normal friends about, hey, listen, I did this why I pooped today or whatever like that. Like literally we can have a conversation about anything in the program, and that I think is very opening, like eye-opening for a lot of people too. So
I don't know if you've ever had a poop party, but I've had a few poop parties at Empower, and they, it's
Get
like
us all to
interesting.
it.
it's just we thought, sitting on the old shower chair just in the middle of like an animal, and like there's like four other people around listening to music or just talking shit, and I'm just sitting there just like, oh yeah, it happened today. It was the tacos were great today, right? Like what? Like where does that doesn't have like
It's so true. It's
You
so
don't.
true. Oh
Usually
my
that's.
god.
like should it happen or should it? I mean, I love it. That
I
made me
mean,
feel
my
good.
daughter doesn't typically leave me alone when I'm on the toilet, so I know the feel
So
of just
okay, so
having
you get it. You get
yeah,
it.
get
Okay.
that.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
Me
why not a pool
alone.
party?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I went home and I told some of my boys, they were like, "What?"
Yeah. They're like, excuse
Like
me?
people were what while you were taking shit? Like I was like, "Yeah, man, that's just how." Listen, it was the girls were hot, so I didn't care. Like
Just passing time.
Just
there's
Moving.
passing the time. Why
and
things are happening.
I would have to another thing I have to really like give you guys your flowers because I thought that, getting girls and relationships, I thought that was out the window. And going to Empower, like, because everybody, they treat you just like you're a normal person. So I was like, man, I was like, girls be flirty, just the normal flirting, just something that I missed. Like,
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
like harmless, like just harmless flirting. Like, people don't do that because those, I don't know if Tony, you experienced that, but they'll see my chair and, like I don't know if they're hesitant because, like, obviously you see the face, like, you cute, flirt with me, damn it. Like, it's just a wheelchair. It doesn't bite. Like,
Right.
might run your toe over slightly if you get in the way, but no,
You
Yeah.
can you gotta brush up Casey vibes.
that Empower brought me back to life. You can ask my sister. They were like, "You're like a different person." They're like, "You're more like kid," because I felt more like myself,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
feel like that's something that Empower does. It makes you just feel you're comfortable being yourself, and
Yeah, you're very willing to drop your walls when you're in
yeah,
Empower. Like you do kind of put something, feel like when you come back into the world as we are, and like we tend to like hold back out of emotion, a lot of like, just like you said, being flirt like I'm a flirty too, like I'm a flirtatious person. And for a while there I felt like I couldn't do that because I felt like people were just seeing me in my chair instead of me being me, like myself. And when we did get to your program, I'm like, oh, okay, this is another world. Like I can actually get, and feel
Mhm.
comfortable. So So,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think I mean, part of it is just like seeing that everybody's bringing value to the table. It's not like you're in a situation where there's like an authority figure and you need to do this, or this is how you learn this, or it's more like, all right, what do we all coming together? How can we help each other?
Yeah. It's
But
like,
yeah,
'cause
I
you,
think
you have fun, but you also like we're learning and
Mhm.
we're growing. But it's it's just like we always talk. It's a Kool-Aid. If you drink it, like once you're there, it's a Kool-Aid. You're like, it's. I tell everybody. I think me and talk about it, it's like a cult, like but like a good cult.
Good
We
God.
talk,
good.
like the sex cult or those like branding ones. Like, well, I
Yeah.
mean, branding maybe because we all do get
Oh,
tattoos, which
well,
is
yeah, let's do
yeah, yeah. It's like, shoot, are we branding? Fuck.
maybe a
We are
little.
totally branding.
So that,
We all
you know what I mean? I feel like you get those vibes where it's just like, it is like, it's indescribable. Your friends and family about it because they just don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
like you just have to be there. And like, I've had so many people go and like come to Empower that I recommended, and they go and they come back and it's just like life changing. Like, it's just like, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I tried to tell you. Like, I was like, people were there where you're taking a poop, right? And they're like, yeah. I was like, it's great. I was like, it's crazy.
Poop parties is going to go viral after this.
Oh my God, it so is poop party.
Hashtag poop party. I have some videos on there, so I got some.
Oh God.
I got.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know if we want to go that
It
far.
was one year. It was with Kelly and somebody else, and we were listening to music, and they were like spraying the Febreze in the air because obviously, taking a poop, and like one of them accidentally like sprayed me in my mouth. It was just,
Oh God.
yeah. I got
That's
some cool.
it. Yeah.
I
All
got
the
some.
shenanigans.
I got some cool. It feels like summer camp,
Yeah.
like for adults.
Yeah.
And and because I have so many stupid videos, like it's just some of them are not safe for. We don't share
Or
those.
any beyond.
Those are mostly for my personal vault. I get to
What
watch
did you
those.
guys go to like summer camps or anything growing up?
See, I grew up in a neighborhood where summer camp really wasn't a thing.
No.
Like I went to like soccer camp, basketball camp, but never like sleepaway camp like you see on TV. Like I always would see. So I'd see like, I don't know if you guys remember the movie Camp Nowhere or like Heavyweights.
Yes.
Like they go to like summer camp, and it's just like, as a kid, it's like where or like you hear all these other, like when I hear these other towns and these kids go to summer camp, I'm just like, man, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why can't I go to summer camp?
Summer camp.
Yeah, did you go to summer camp?
I'm not gonna lie, I can't say that I've had that vibe. I've always heard people like saying that they went to like summer camps and everything. I went to things similar to it. It wasn't like staying for a long period of time. Like I went to like maybe like a weekend kind of thing vibe, and that was it. And like it was kind of hard to explain like when you went to Empower, like how it felt. Oh, okay. Is a drum beat?
You like that?
There is a little bit of drumming, in Empower, so it's kind of like
I didn't even touch that. Where that came from?
Oh, so there was a ghost in the room, right? Is that what happened?
Listen, I got my hands don't work. I don't know who did that. This is just
it just has a mind sometimes,
crazy stuff, man.
But to get back to it does have that summer vibe.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all good. Sorry, man.
Yeah,
he likes to interrupt me when I'm on a flow, and I'm just like, I lose my train of thought all the time, and I'm just like, thanks, guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate
Tony, what were you saying, Tony?
Nope, that's it. We're
summertime
done.
vibes.
We're done.
The moment's gone. My bad.
I went to a couple of summer camps. I went to like a soccer camp, but it was like a sleepaway one. But I went to I haven't admitted this to many people, but when I was like a junior in college, I went to biology camp. My science teacher.
Yeah, I wonder he didn't admit so many people.
Well, so my science teacher was actually my friend's, and she was like, nobody's signing up for this biology camp. Do you want to go? Like, there's a scholarship and everything. And I was like, sure. And I did. And it was great. It was like, it was what you were looking for, I think, Casey. It was like on an island in the mountains.
Because you yearned for this.
I yearned. I was yearning for some nature time.
Yeah.
And I'm a nature person, so.
Yeah, it probably was perfect.
I was gonna say, I did hear that a lot about you, that you are one with nature. Well, you definitely like to be outdoors, so that's awesome. I also enjoy being outdoors. I like to try to do more activities outdoors. I do notice that. Can you talk a little bit about the biking program that is it?
Knob Hill, right?
Yeah,
Knob Hill.
Yeah, I can talk
Navi.
about Navi for sure. What do you want to know?
Just
About
for
it?
people that don't know anything about it, like just
Yeah.
kind of fill in like what goes on.
Yeah, so Navi is a adaptive mountain biking event, and it's up Massachusetts, just north of Boston each year. And it started out as one of our actually 2012 participants, Ryan. He was a big mountain biker before his injury, and he has a higher level of injury. And he was interested in getting back out on the trails. Like he just hadn't been out on trails, and he like lived on the trails prior to his injury. And so a couple of friends, so myself, Zoe, Kelly, and Kelly's husband. So these are some of the core Empower volunteers, but we're like, okay, let's get you out on the trail. And so we got this chair and we were trying to like pull him through on the trails and everything else. And we were like, there's got to be more equipment for this. And there's got to be a way that you can like try it out, because he could look up this equipment, but like didn't know if it would really work for him. And so that was kind of the beginning, the birthplace of the Navi Tire event, which our goal is to kind of bring vendors, bring equipment together so that we and go at a place where that trails for people to be able to come and try out different adaptive mountain bike equipment with people that know how to help. So the Navi Tires event, it's usually the last Sunday in October in Andover, Massachusetts.
So do you only do that like once a year? Is that how it works?
It's once a year. We also help out. We help out with May, which is it's called here in Mass, and it's outside of Boston, and that is usually the second. I think it's the second weekend in May. I forget if it's the second or the third weekend in May this year. But the PK ride, we usually go there and help to support the adaptive riders at that event too.
Okay.
That's so cool. I was talking to my therapist today. I was going to talk to Tony about this, but maybe thinking about, who knows, maybe I can move. I might have to move up to the New England area just because I was thinking
Yeah,
about
come on up.
I was thinking about moving south, but it's kind of a little Trumpy down there. So I
Yeah,
don't know if I'll be accepted. They're taking away rights and stuff, and I know they're taking away stuff from
trying
people
to.
with disabilities. So I feel like I need to be surrounded by my people, and
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's definitely something I'm gonna seriously consider.
I mean, Rhode Island's
You might
to the water,
I know you
temperate.
might get a new guy. Might get a
Yeah,
new
come on up.
guy.
You guys should come in. You should broadcast from Navi this year. You can like you can help to.
Reporting live, corresponding from Nobby Tire Hill.
I mean, we have been trying to do it live for a while. We tried to actually do it over the summer, but things happened. But we
Yeah.
move on from that. But
We were, okay. Well, we can talk about it. We were going to do it the COVID gate. We'll call it COVID
Oh
gate.
yeah.
Yes,
COVID gate. COVID gate
Yeah.
of 2020, 23. We
Yeah.
had my room all set up. We were to rock it out, and then all of a sudden, this girl got COVID, and then this guy he got sent home. So it was just
COVID scare was high.
that was
Yeah.
COVID was when people all die.
Mhm.
So that was
Yeah.
understandable.
But there was
It's
supposed to be a live interview.
But we
We were
had a
supposed to
plan.
do
We
that.
had a
Yeah,
plan.
we were like we were gonna get that going, and it worked out. And I wish we did
gotta
because,
bring-
like I said, I do want to do a live one. I think that'd be great.
yeah.
I blame
Bring it back.
Canada. I blame Canada for that one.
I blame
Blame
Canada too.
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Blame
you, man.
Canada. That's fine.
It's easy.
I'm not right.
They did it in South Park. I feel I can do it here.
Yeah, they're so close.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
I'm sure. We'll just blame countries.
Yeah, no, that would actually be pretty cool to do that at the Nabi Tire thing.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we could.
Why not?
We could put maybe. I'll talk to your people.
Put some wheels in motion.
Yeah,
wheels in motion.
Tony with his dad jokes. This guy.
Hey, I feel like that symbol.
Oh, that's one of these.
Oh, there we go.
I know people are laughing at me like now.
That was a funny joke. That was when you make. Oh, well, not that funny.
Not double.
No, we only do a single, but
Single funny.
yeah, single funny.
Just single funny. Yeah. You never know what Case is going to come up with some kind of background drops or whatever. Like literally, he just presses the button and whatever's there comes up. So it could be somebody just laughing at you when you're just trying to be serious.
Yeah,
We're having a serious conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get my laptop plugged in.
It's like I get this worked out. Well, so we are getting close to the end of our interview. I do have a question for you. So
Yes.
I know how I feel at the end of Empower, and I
Yeah.
know, the experience, like how it is actually participating and being involved. The question I have for you is, how do you feel at the end of the program? Because I know that you go through a lot of stuff of like, thinking about like how to put things together and
Laptop,
blah blah blah
laptop,
with
laptop.
everybody. So like, I want to know like how you feel at the end of it, besides exhausted. Like, give me something besides exhausted.
Yeah. Exhausted is a piece. How do I feel? I mean, it depends on the program, right? Like each program tends to have its own energy, and I feel like sometimes the energy can be really fueling. So some years as exhausting, and some years are a little bit more taxing for different reasons or different logistics. But I think overall, I I feel like there's always a moment of awe in the wow, like this happened again. We had the program and it was just as amazing and people were just as the first year we did this or the second year we did this, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that there's always like that moment of like gratitude that we're able to keep the program going and bring the
Yeah.
program to and bring more people kind of into the community. Um and it is exhausting.
Oh, don't
So
doubt it.
year and
Yeah.
how much sleep has had, which
Yeah. Sure. I'm
Yeah.
people
sure
tend to pack it in. So,
COVID gate probably was a really stressful summer that year.
Oh my
That
god.
was a stressful
oh,
one
COVID
that
gate,
was a tough one.
that was
Mhm.
just a
A shit
situation.
show. That was
Yeah,
obviously it was so many different things. So there's so many things you had to look out and prepare for, and
yeah,
we're all a little medically fragile. So
I mean, they
yeah.
could
Like
have
our
totally
first year
shut down the
back.
program, but they
yeah.
didn't. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, you
They.
got could have like that could have been and was floated around as an option too,
Mhm.
which
Yeah,
is something that nobody that
yeah. Like our first year back. Yeah, trying to. How are we going to bring people from all across the country who are going to be traveling, but via planes and things to like one place, and then try not to have any infection happen, or like
yeah.
it's like
What?
Yeah.
I,
You don't have words for it. You don't even know like
Uh,
it's impossible.
the
and then I would
anxiety.
like I remember that year too, I got COVID in April and I was like, yes, like perfectly timed. My immunity is going to be great for this summer,
Oh my
whatever.
god.
So you
Bad.
can't get herpes twice, right? You know.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was banking on.
Oh my god. Oh
But
my god.
not equating herpes. You know what I mean? It was just for the kids. It's for the kids.
You
Want to laugh?
anyone
We're like,
allowed? No audience for that one.
no.
Uh, I had one more thing I want to say, but fucking hey, what was I gonna say?
Casey's bad at asking
Again?
questions. He just constantly, sits there and thinks.
Or I'm the best at asking
The
questions.
Nah,
thinker.
nah.
Um,
He's a fart smeller sometimes.
yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess you're right, Tone. I guess it's the end of our little session here with
Wait,
Carrie.
can I ask you
Oh,
both a question?
ooh,
Well,
I like when the
I
people
know.
do
I
this.
feel like this has happened more.
This
Like,
is
Has-
spicy.
flip it on us, right? All right,
It's
go
Yeah.
for
funny.
it.
But like what was I feel like I could go a lot of different ways, but what was like your most memorable Empower moments? What did you take away from the program? Other than poop party. You already used the poop party, Casey. You got to do a new one.
Okay, I got
Um,
plenty. Tony, you want to go? You want?
Just that I feel like there's so many moments in the program that it's hard to narrow it down to like just one thing, because you just have so many connections and so many opportunities, like things change and you're just like I think I guess the best thing I can say memory wise is like when you first get something that you never thought you can do. Like for instance, for me, like I hate floor to fucking chair transfers. It's like the
mhm.
worst thing. And I think I finally did it once with a really bad struggle, but I did it. And like I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel satisfied because I didn't do it the way I wanted to do it. But
Yeah.
Maddie B kind of reminded me when we all get together and go do today and blah blah blah. When I didn't say nothing, he kind of me and he's like, "Well, somebody got a Florida chair." I was like, "Yeah, but it was shit." He goes, "But you did it," and I was like, "You know what? I did do it," and that kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's mine. But there, like just you said, there's so many like moments that it's down
Yeah.
to just one.
like a little dream journal that I have them all written down in. I have like a top 10 list.
Dream
But
journal.
yeah, whatever. I like the dream journal. Don't judge me.
I like it.
Dreams are weird, man.
Yeah, they
write
are.
them down.
You got to write them down.
Tony, you good? You're good with
Yeah.
your okay.
That's me wrapping it up.
I'd say obviously we all can go on and on about fucking. There's so many different things that happen, but probably the one that probably lasted. It's still probably in my mind. It's probably the first summer I was there, so I was 2015. So that's what maybe 2 years after my accident, and you know how we talked about. That's one of the things is going surfing. That just so happened to be at the beach where Casey happened to have his accident. So I was like, not want. I didn't even want to go. I was telling Seamus, I was like, Seamus, just leave me here. I was like, and then they were like, just come, you gotta come. I was like, okay, I'll put on the fucking water. And like, it was just like, it wasn't like I felt, I wasn't like you guys pressured me to go, but it was just kind of like, like trying to get me to,
nudge.
Yeah, like a little
Mo nudge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because sometimes we all need a little support or a little get over fears or anxieties and stuff like that, and that's why it was good, because I probably would have never have done that ever. I probably would have never went back to the beach, and it just kind of was like a huge, like kind of like a big weight was like lifted off my chest that day. Like I might not have enjoyed it as much as as I did the second year. The second year I loved. I couldn't get me out of the thing, but the first, it was just like I went in there. I was like 2 waves. I was like, get me out.
Yeah.
But
good. Check that.
Yeah, I was like, I did it. I was like, I can get it, but it just literally it lifted a weight, and it just kind of, I just felt kind of like, not like with everything, but it was just kind of like, it's like, okay. I was like, this is something. It's kind of like a metaphor for life. It's like you can get over whatever is in your way. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can do anything you need to do or have to do or want to do, and it just, yeah. So I thank you guys for that, because I would have definitely never ever went back to the beach.
Yeah, you like 50 people. I feel like the momentum was 50 people going in that direction, so it was probably hard to be the outlier in that case. But
it does take a village, though. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's crazy to see the amount of people that you get to help. Like obviously it makes us feel more comfortable when like that happening, because like if you're putting us in the water and like a lot of times somebody like can't swim or they have difficulty doing like I can understand where Casey would be nervous, like get back in the water and like be like, okay, I'm gonna hit a wave right now, like what?
Yeah,
especially because I can't, like I'm a high level quad, so it's like I don't really, if I go in the water, see you later. Hopefully I can float. I don't really know what's going on, but yeah, no.
You have a life preserver on.
Yeah, I mean, I could slip out of that thing. Who knows? Maybe the
kind of things that could happen.
The clips might unclip. Somebody might unclip me. I don't know what's going on.
Trip Casey into the water. Yeah,
you never know.
You never know.
You guys might have thought you in good, but I wasn't strapped in good. There's a lot of things that can go on in your mind.
A lot of variables, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you guys kind of, you make it so you feel safe doing something that might not necessarily feel safe mentally, But obviously everything's in place where nothing bad's going to happen to you. Like there's so many people, like there's somebody on the back of the board with you. Like there's 45 people in the water, like, cheering you on, and like, so it's like, how could you not, like feel like just joy and like just with everybody, because everybody's so happy to see you doing something that like that. Like it's just so it's just that's a memory for me. Second year I got it on my GoPro, so it's like that's never going anywhere. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's like surf day and beach day can be. I mean, a lot of people have their injury at the same beach, but a lot of people have their injury in the water.
That was I think that was the worst part. The part that made it hardest for me was like that
revisiting.
I remember driving to the, I see this stupid fucking lighthouse that I drive by, that Jones Beach, a little needle thing. And I'm like, I know where we are, like, because you guys are off from like the New England area, so this is like, I'm like, this is like my beach, like up on.
Yeah.
This is where the magic happened. Yes, trick didn't go well that day.
Magic trick went terribly wrong.
Terribly wrong.
Yes.
Bad magic.
Yeah, bad juju.
Oh my.
Got anything else? What, buddy?
So I guess we can wrap this up by Carrie, give us a little bit about the program so people know how to reach out to you or even see what you're all about.
Yeah. So the name of the program is Empower Spinal Cord Injury, or Empower SCI. Our website's empowersci.org. There's info on there for right now. Our participant applications and volunteer applications are both open for all 3 programs. So we have our program in June. We have a 1-week program out in Missoula, Montana. In July, we have a 1-week adult program in Rhode Island, and our teen program is in August. So for teens and young adults ages 14 to 22 is August. Let me look at the August 10th to the 16th this year. So yeah, we are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You can follow on social media, but our website really has a lot of videos and information if anybody's interested or wants to pass along information about the program. Yes.
Awesome.
Sweet.
And we're always looking for, I should also plug, volunteers. So like student physical therapists, occupational therapists, nursing students, med students, anybody looking to get more experience, just a good experience in general, and also just experience with working in spinal cord injury. Always for volunteers to help the staff.
Yeah, and I can say that it is a life-changing event for both the participants and the people that kind of get involved, because it is something, just like you said, it's the juices there. I guess you could say
the sauce, man. It's in the
sauce. It's there.
I don't know what you put in the Kool-Aid there or iced tea that we
drink.
But,
a lot of sugar.
It's whatever it is. It's keep on pouring it. That's all I'm saying.
Keep it going. Yeah, keep doing
it.
So, yes, to end the episode, we usually like to thank you for coming on, Carrie. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shout out to our sponsor, Seven Bros Apparel. And, until next time. And this is, Tony, something we haven't done in a long time.
Oh, no. Are we going to do it?
I think we're going to do it.
Oh, let's do it.
What a jam.
Like
what a jam.
Like it.
We haven't jammed down.
Way to end it right there.
That's a good way to end it.
That's good.
That's great.
All right, guys. I'll kill up the wires.
Oh, my God.
All right.